Hey, it's Carly Rae here, and welcome to my Hey, it's Carly Rae book club on YouTube. Today I'm super excited because I am here to do another virtual book review on my channel. But before we get started, you guys need to hit the subscribe button to my channel and then hit the bell to be alerted of all of my new videos that I post. So, what book will we be talking about on my channel, and what book will I be doing a virtual book review on? Well, in case you guys cannot tell from this map that I have behind me, it is Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews, and here is a close-up of this amazing novel. Now, part of the reason why I decided to pick this book and do a virtual book review is because this was my actually first book by the author Mary Kay Andrews, and I was so excited after I read it to share it with you guys because unlike other books, this is not just a novel. This book is a story, and we get to actually see a amazing story come together that has romance, mystery, and it has characters developing and growing throughout the novel. So that was the whole reason why I decided to pick Hello Summer to put on my channel. So if you guys have your copy of this book, you guys can hit the pause button, go grab it, and then come back because we are going to be talking about Hello Summer. But before we begin, just so you guys know, this is a spoiler-free video, so I will not be giving anything away in regards of spoilers for you guys. So if you guys haven't read it, don't worry about it. We're just going to be chilling and talking about Hello Summer. So what is this book about? This book centers around Sarah Conley Hawkins, and she goes by the name of Conley. She's living in Atlanta. She's an investigative reporter. She has an awesome job, but she gets an offer to work at another place, another newspaper that is located in Washington, D.C., so she decides that she's going to go there because it's a huge opportunity for her. So she breaks up with her boyfriend, she gets rid of her apartment, and she is packed and ready to go. But on the day that they are throwing her a going away party, the day she's getting ready to leave, her sister Grayson calls her up and says, hey, that newspaper has just gone bankrupt, and Conley is now left without a job. So what does Conley do? Does she go back to this apartment with her ex-boyfriend, which that would be super awkward? No, Conley decides that her only option is to go home to Silver Bay, Florida. So she's on her way home back to her small town, and it is there that she goes to Felicity Street to live with her grandmother. And Winnie is there, which is their cook, and that is where she's going to live, but she is determined that she is going to send out her resume, and she's not going to be there for long. She is going to go work at another paper. What we find out is while she's home is that her family actually owns the local paper called the Silver Bay Beacon, which is her sister Grayson. She runs it. And so without giving anything away, Conley, we also learn that she carries this guilt, and that's why she doesn't like going home, and she doesn't want to work at the paper. She puts it out there like, hey, I'm not working there, and she tells her grandmother that. So that is something that she's determined not to do at the beginning of the novel. So one night she goes out, and it is then that she bumps into Sean Kelly, who is also called Skelly by her throughout the novel. And he is basically the guy next door while she was growing up, and she is someone that she had a huge crush on back then. Do those feelings rekindle? You guys will have to read the book to find out. However, that night turns into something else. She comes across a car accident, a deadly car accident that involves a local congressman. And it is then that this whole story of this novel takes like a 360-degree spin. Conley uncovers information. She's an investigative reporter, so as soon as she comes across this car accident, her first instinct is is this car accident an accident? Did somebody make it look like a car accident because they have something against this local congressman? And it is then that she dives deeper into this congressman life, uncovering secrets that people in this small town don't want to get involved with. And that's something in this story that we get to see because the Silver Bay Beacon, Conley decides it's in her blood to do investigative reporting, so she comes and she gets all this information of this local congressman, and her sister is hesitant to print it because the Silver Bay Beacon isn't involved really in town gossip. She wants to have firm proof of what's going on, and that could affect the reputation of the paper, which Grayson is not willing to do. So you guys will have to read this novel to see what Conley uncovers. If this car accident was actually a car accident, I will not give anything away, but I will say the mystery in this book is amazing. As you guys know, I love mysteries. So when I read about this local congressman, her coming across this car accident, and it immediately caught my eye because I was like, okay, is this going to be a mystery? And I will say yes. Now, I will not say if this car accident was an accident or not. You guys will have to, again, read this book to find out the answer to that question. But I will say how this book, like I said, it's a story. So we get to see Conley grow throughout the story, not just with herself, not just with a love interest. We get to actually see her grow with her family, with her grandmother, with her sister, which I thought was really great. And then we also get these like quirky, fun characters in this small, quaint town of Silver Bay. We get Rowena, who actually writes Hello Summer. It is the name of the column at the Silver Bay Beacon. And she is an awesome character. She brings like a pizzazz fun to it. And then we also get Buddy Bright, who is a guy who runs the local radio station, and his character is super fun as well, and he brings another light to this character. So another reason why I liked Hello Summer is, again, yes, it centers around Conley, but you have all these amazing, dynamic, fun characters, fun dialogue that actually round out the entire story. So I will not give spoilers away in this video, but that's the whole concept of this book. Is Conley's an investigative reporter. She returns home. Will this story that she's trying to uncover improve, hurt her family? Will it hurt her relationship with her family, or will it make her family and her stronger? And will her, researching this actually help her find herself? That's something you guys will have to find out when you read this book, Hello Summer. So that concludes basically today's virtual book review, because I don't want to give away anything, because part of the reason why I loved this novel so much is when you read the overview of it, it doesn't give a ton away about the novel. But what I wanted to tell you guys basically that it doesn't tell you in the overview is, again, it's the story of this novel. Yes, it centers around Conley, like I said, but you get so many different characters that round out this story that it's a book I couldn't put down. I read over 400 pages in less than 2 days because it was that amazing. So I definitely recommend checking out this book. Next time you guys are out and you see this at Target, you guys need to grab your copy. Don't be swayed by how long it is. This book is one you will not put down. Now, we are going to get started on today's Q&A session of Hello Summer. I put this on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and you guys had so many amazing questions, but I only could pick 6 for this video, so the video wasn't too long. So without further ado, we are going to get started in answering you guys' questions. So first up, we have Cassie from Instagram. You said, is this novel from Conley's perspective? That's an awesome question. Yes, it is from her perspective, but we also get a few chapters peppered throughout it. That is from Buddy Bright, which actually adds a twist in this story because it adds like a fun aspect to the mystery of it. So I really enjoyed that it wasn't solely from her perspective and it was peppered throughout because it added so much like dramatics. It added a great twist to this novel. So that was amazing. Next up is Harper from Instagram. You said, in comparison to other novels set in a small town, how was Silver Bay? Silver Bay was awesome as a small town. I loved all the details. I loved how you could actually picture this small town of Silver Bay. My favorite description was probably, I love the pharmacy where Skelly works, and how all that was set up. I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed Felicity Street in this novel, how it was described, how all the houses were described, and then finally, I cannot disregard the dunes. I loved their beach house. I want to go to it. So if you guys want to go, tell me, comment below, and let's book it and let's go. And then next we have Matt from Twitter. You said, I read Rowena is a fun character. What do you think? Yes, Rowena in this book is a fun character, not only because I actually loved her column of Hello Summer. I thought it was so quirky. I loved it. But I also loved that Rowena was written as like this like fun older lady. She even decorates her cane. And one of my favorite scenes is when Conley goes to see her. I won't give away spoilers, but when Conley goes to see her and it involves donuts, you guys will have to read this book. If you've read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that just kind of like sums her up, and I loved reading about how her house was because it was exactly how I was picturing it when I read her character. Next up is Noah from Facebook. You said on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was the mystery? The mystery was a 10, okay? I did not see anything in this novel coming until I actually read it, so the mystery was spot on. Autumn from Twitter, you said, how authentic was the book setting in a small town? It was, in that word, authentic. I, come from a small town, so this book did it justice. If you guys aren't from a small town, this will give you an overview of what a small town is, because she actually captures the essence of it, which is a hard thing to do, but Mary Kay Andrews did an awesome job capturing the life in a small town and what a small town is. So that was amazing, and that's part of the reason why I love Hello Summer. It actually made the book, I think. Bella from Facebook, you said, who was your favorite character? Obviously, Conley was my favorite character because we got to see her grow, not just in like a love interest. We got to see her grow as a person with her family, like her grandmother, with her sister, which is another reason why I really enjoyed her. And we also got to see her grow in her job, which was amazing. And it's not something like a lot of authors do. Usually it's like maybe one-dimensional, but Conley had so many different dimensions to her that it made me really enjoy her as a character. So that includes today's Q&A session. If you guys have more questions, be sure to comment below. You guys can go on any of my social media. You guys can comment, tell me any questions you have about Hello Summer. I'd love to hear them, and I will be sure to answer all of you guys' questions. So yes, like an overview, that was why I chose Hello Summer, is because as soon as I read this book and I knew the novel wasn't just a novel, it was a story, I knew I wanted to share it with you guys because it was unlike any other story that I've read. And if you guys do see this book, yes, it is long, but I promise when you guys start reading it, you guys will be so glad you got your copy of this novel. So that concludes today's virtual book review on Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. Now, you guys can check out more of my book review on HeyitsCarlyRae.com. And then you guys can also follow me on my social media. If you guys have an Instagram, you guys can follow me on HeyitsCarlyRae. If you guys have a Twitter, you guys can go to HeyitsCarlyRae1. If you guys have a Facebook, you guys can go to HeyitsCarlyRae. And then you guys can also join my Facebook group, HeyitsCarlyRae Book Club. And then if you guys have a Pinterest, you guys can go to HeyitsCarlyRae. If you guys have a Tumblr, you can go to HeyitsCarlyRae. So if you guys do not follow me on any of my platforms, be sure to go and follow me right now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's virtual book review on Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. I'd love to hear if you guys have read this book, what your thoughts of it were. I hope you guys have an awesome day and enjoy summer!